right, here we go. Question number 18 from our Precalculus homework number 11 in MyLab Math. Again, we are given an equation of an ellipse in standard form. They want us to find the center, foci, vertices, and graph the ellipse. So the first thing I want to do is I want to copy down this equation in my scratch work, and we're going to make a few notes here. The largest denominator is always a squared, so a squared is 81, which means the other denominator must be b squared. We know that h is the value with x, and so we can see that h is going to be the opposite of negative 2, so h is 2, and k is the value with y, and it's always opposite, so k is going to be minus 5. And so immediately what we can find is the center, which is the ordered pair h comma k. We can find that without even knowing what the major axis is. So back to our MyLab math, checking our center, 2, negative 5. Next, they want the vertex. And notice this time it specifies right of center and left of center. And that's kind of a hint. Okay, that tells us that our major axis is going to have to be a horizontal major axis, because the vertex cannot be right or left of center unless the major axis is horizontal. So the formulas for the vertices, the major vertices that is, are h plus or minus a comma k. Doing a little plug and play, h is 2 plus or minus a. Now look, a is the square root of 81, which is 9. K is negative 5, and we need to actually calculate each vertex. So 2 plus 9 would be 11, negative 5. 2 minus 9 would be negative 7, negative 5. So if we think about this, just real quick, knowing that the center is going to be at 2, negative 5, the right vertex is going to be this ordered pair, because it's going to be 11, negative 5, which means we're going to have to go way over to 11. And then the negative 7, negative 5 would be the left vertex, going this way all the way back to negative 7, negative 5. And making sure we input these correctly, the right of center we said was 11, negative 5, and left of center, negative 7, negative 5. And next, they want the focus right and left. So we're going to have to calculate the foci, which means we're going to have to calculate the value of c. And since we're having to calculate c given a squared and b squared so often, I thought you might like to have this formula here. If you isolate the Pythagorean relationship for c, this is the formula you get. And so in order to calculate c, that's going to be the square root of a squared, which is 81, minus b squared, which is 64. And that's going to give us the square root of 17 when we subtract. 17 is a prime number, so that is not going to reduce. So that will be the value of c in simplest radical form. And the formulas for the foci, that's going to be h plus or minus c, comma k, which will give us 2 plus or minus square root of 17, comma, negative 5. And so the positive answer will be the rightmost, and the negative answer will be the leftmost. All right, so for the right of center focus, 2 plus square root of 17, negative 5. And the left of center focus should be 2 minus square root of 17, -5. And again, for the graphing portion of this problem, we're not going to actually have to graph manually. We're going to have to pick the correct graph. Remember the tentative sketch that we drew? We had the center located at 2, -5, which means the center of the ellipse needs to be in quadrant 4. And the only graph that has the center in quadrant 4 is A. So that was pretty easy process of elimination to get that correct. And that's going to do it for this problem. So if you have any questions or comments about anything covered in this video, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.